Today I have a huge haul video for you. I went on a bit of a road trip and stopped at a few places and picked up a lot of VHSs and then a couple of Blu-rays, a DVD set, and a video game. So let's get into it. What's up, physical media fans? I have another haul video for you today. I picked up quite a bit of stuff when I was on a mini road trip to pick up my kid from camp in Wisconsin. I stopped at a charity shop, a St. Vincent's de Paul, I believe, charity shop, and I stopped at a Salvation Army. The Salvation Army was a treasure trove. They had a whole Billy style shelf full of VHSs that I pulled from. I got 24 VHSs from that stop. And then the St. Vincent de Paul was in such a small area that I did not have cell service. They had a couple of VHSs that I wasn't really sure I wanted or needed, and they didn't have prices on them. So I skipped VHSs there, but I did pick up a few Blu-rays and a video game, a PlayStation 3 game, and a DVD set. So I'll start with those. They weren't the best prices as far as charity shops go. I accidentally picked up a Blu-ray that I already talked about. They were $3 each for Blu-rays, which is okay. It's not great for charity shops. And then the video game was $2.50. So I figured, even though I couldn't look up comps on eBay because I didn't have cell service, I figured, you know, $2.50 for a PlayStation 3 game, it can't hurt. They also had all of them just with one piece of clear tape, you know, like a Scotch tape, closing, like taping these shut. I opened a couple of them to look to make sure they're not all scratched up or anything, and they were fine. So I figured they must look at them at this St. Vincent's de Paul before they put them out. But anyway, let's start with this video game, PlayStation 3 game called Battlefield Bad Company. I haven't played any of the Battlefield games. This one is a greatest hits version, but it is super clean. It's in great shape. So like I said, $2.50, and it has the book in it. So that works for me. This one I'm pretty excited about, this DVD set. It doesn't sell for a ton on eBay, but I did like this show when I saw it when it originally came out. This is Terminator: The Sarah Connor Chronicles with Summer Glau and the woman from Dread and Game of Thrones, Lena Headey, or Headey maybe. But they're both awesome in it. And then the guy who plays Crow Marty, I've seen in a few things. He's great too. So this is the complete first season. It is 3 DVDs. And I thought, you know, this is great. This one was a little bit more expensive. They charged $4.50 for it. It doesn't sell for a ton, but I will watch it. I like this show, so I'm glad to have it in my collection. Now, for the Blu-rays. First, we have Crank. If you have not seen Crank, it is a way over-the-top action movie with Jason Statham. Amy Smart is in it, where I can't even remember the conceit of it, but he has to keep his adrenaline up above a certain level or he'll die. Maybe his heart will explode. I can't remember. So he's just doing all kinds of crazy stuff to keep his adrenaline going. So we can get revenge on the bad guys or whatever. So it's tons of fun. It is not good, I would say, but it is action-packed. You know, for the folks who have a short attention span, it will hold your attention just by being so ridiculous and cartoony with the action. These 3 are all Resident Evil Blu-rays. So Resident Evil 1, Resident Evil Afterlife, and Resident Evil Extinction. Sorry. All the discs are in great shape, and I figured even though these were $3 each, so $9 total, I could sell them in a lot maybe. I know that there are other Resident Evil movies out there in this franchise, but these are the only ones that I have, so I'll be probably listing them as a lot. If you're interested in physical media, I have quite a bit in my eBay store. You can check that out at the link below. Now on to the VHSs. So these are all from a Salvation Army store. I picked up what looked cool, what looked, you know, genre. There's a lot of like crime thrillers, crime action. There's, I'm not sure if it's kosher to say blaxploitation, but I'll start with this one. So this is Black Eye with Fred Williamson. I think this would probably, you know, fall into that category of blaxploitation, but it's an action film, you know, with a large majority black cast. These were all very clean, no mold. They look pretty good. The cases look okay. Their stickers were very sticky. I got them off, and they do a sticker that goes around the spine, so I didn't love that. But I got them off with very little to no damage on these things. So I was glad to be able to get those stickers off. Otherwise, it's kind of a pain to try to sell those with a big Salvation Army sticker on them. So Black Eye, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen probably most of these, but I was excited to pick these up and maybe check them out. This next one is Robert Duvall. It's called Badge 373, a crime action movie where a rogue cop needs to get revenge for his partner being murdered. The case is, the slipcover, sorry, is so matte, it looks almost like a bootleg, but I can't imagine somebody would bootleg this movie that I've never heard of, and I've heard of a lot of movies. Next, I have an episode of The Prisoner, so this kind of weird, it's not quite avant-garde, but maybe a little bit, sci-fi television show called The Prisoner, and I've talked about this before because I have a few of the episodes on Laserdisc. This is the first one I have on tape, on VHS, but it's a single episode called Change of Mind. So it's episode 13 apparently. I figured, yeah, why not pick it up? I have some of these on Laserdisc, might as well have one on VHS as well. Here's my first clamshell. I think I only got 2 clamshells, but this one is Tough Turf with James Spader and Robert Downey Jr. I got caught up because it says Kim Richards from Assault on Precinct 13. That's pretty cool. But anyway, I haven't seen this. I always thought it was like gritty urban thing with all white people, but apparently, according to IMDb, it is a comedy. So, action comedy. So maybe it's a parody of those like gang movies. Next, Stalag 17. So a war movie. This one's a classic. I went ahead and picked up all of these. I forgot to mention were 89 cents. My Salvation Army is $1.99. So my closest one. So 89 cents. I just bought everything that caught my eye. I was excited for that. It's way up in Wisconsin there. Was it? Maybe I was on the border of Wisconsin from Illinois. Next, this comedy that my friends and I in 8th grade thought was the pinnacle of comedy. Wayans Brothers movie called I'm Gonna Get You Sucka, which is a parody of those blaxploitation movies that I talked about a minute ago. So it's got a lot of good goofs in it. It's, you know, if you know the Wayans Brothers brand of comedy, it's more of that. And like I said, when I was 13, I thought it was hilarious. Slaughter's Big Ripoff. This one is Jim Brown. This one might also be blaxploitation. It kind of looks like it from the pictures on the back. He's got a woman in his bed. He's fighting some dude. But Jim Brown is a Titan. I think he's a former football player, right? This one is kind of an action crime drama with Joe Don Baker, who is playing a man who was left for dead or whatever, and he comes back with a big stick. They remade this with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, but this is the original 70s. Pretty sure it's 70s. 1973 it says. Copyright Bing Crosby. Well, that doesn't sound right. Force 10 from Navarone, a Harrison Ford movie, another war movie. I guess that's a genre, war movies. I got a couple of Westerns. So the first one here is Hostile Guns. Actually, when I came home and I was unpacking these, my wife said, "You bought a movie called Hostile Guns?" And I said, "It's a Western." And she said, "Oh, okay. That makes sense." I don't really know anything about this, but it's George Montgomery, Yvonne DiCarlo, so on and so forth. So I do like Westerns. So like I said, 89 cents, I just picked up whatever. Next, this one is pretty exciting. It is a great movie, A Fistful of Dollars. It's part of the Man with No Name trilogy from Sergio Leone, along with For a Few Dollars More and The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. The Salvation Army had The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly on VHS, but it had mold. I know that some people clean mold, but I feel that mold is insidious. Even if you clean it off and you don't see it on the surface, it's still going to be there. You put it in your machine and it's going to infect other tapes. So I just do not mess with mold. I know there's some debate in the VHS community. Mold's not for me. It can be for somebody else. But when I see that at a store or super scratched disc or an empty case, I usually leave those open, hoping that the next person that comes along sees that and they'll avoid that. But a worker will probably come along and close it up or throw it away or whatever they're going to do with it. Next, I have this action movie called Wanted Dead or Alive with Rutger Hauer. This is my second clamshell. Again, this is in really good shape. This one and I just barely touched this, and the old adhesive there just came away, but the label's still intact. Maybe I can repair that myself. But anyway, no mold, looks good. Clamshell. Next we have an action crime drama thriller, Rolling Thunder. This one has I cannot remember this guy's name, William Devane, but it also has Tommy Lee Jones in it in an earlier role for him. And William Devane was in quite a bit of stuff probably in the 70s, but Tommy Lee Jones is definitely the one who his name and his star has endured. Maybe William Devane died. I don't know. Sorry if he did. Next, High Frequency. I believe this is a made-for-TV movie, and it's a ham radio operator and some long-range radio operator somehow both hear a murder, and they have to like find the bad guy, triangulate on the signal or whatever. I'm pretty sure this was made for TV, but I figured why not pick it up. High Ice. I don't know anything about this. It looks like it might be a war movie. Epic daring, fire and ice, a mile high. Couple is caught in an avalanche. There's an army lieutenant colonel. Whatever. I thought, hey, it looks interesting. It's 89 cents. I'm going to pick this up. Next, we have Bad Blood, another action crime thriller. This is Lorenzo Lamas. I know there's two made-for-TV movies in here. Maybe this is one of them. I don't know. I don't know Lorenzo Lamas. I know they tried to make him an action star. He had his own show for a while, but I never really saw any of his stuff. I don't think I've seen any Lorenzo Lamas movies. Next, we have Paul Sorvino in Cover Me, even though Paul Sorvino is not on the cover, but this is a Playboy Films movie. I don't know if that means it's full of nudity or they just produced it. I don't know anything about Playboy Films, but it's really tight in this thing. I checked it out before. It's a former rental from Hollywood Video. I don't know. Maybe it is. It just says rated R, so I don't know. Playboy Films. Picked it up. 89 cents. Crime Broker. Jacqueline Bisset. I started to say Lena Olin because it does look like Lena Olin on the cover, but it's not. It's Jacqueline Bisset in a crime drama thriller. Network. This is a classic. I know that this is pretty much a straight drama, and I've mentioned before that I'm not really into straight dramas, but this is a classic. It's worth it for me to own this on VHS, I think. This is directed by Sidney Lumet, has William Holden, Faye Dunaway, Robert Duvall. It is a classic for sure. The label is a little off-center. I don't know if they made it that way or if somebody re-glued it like I'm gonna do for that one. Next we have a Heather Graham horror thriller called Blessed. where she's pregnant and, you know, things are going to go wrong. Insemination treatment, beautiful house, sinister hooded stranger. So, I haven't seen that. I haven't even heard of it, but I figured 89 cents. Why not pick it up? Road Ends with Dennis Hopper. Maybe this was the made-for-TV movie. I don't know. I know that there were two when I looked all these up. I don't know this one. Again, a thriller. Dennis Hopper is always great. I know he's in a lot of stuff that isn't so great, but why not? Like I said, 89 cents. Next, we have a Hitchcock film, The Man Who Knew Too Much. I have a few Hitchcock films on VHS now. The Man Who Knew Too Much is great. A lot of people don't realize that it is actually a remake and that Hitchcock is the one who remade his own film. So he made it in the 30s with Peter Lorre and then remade it again in the 50s with James Stewart and Doris Day. So I'm a fan of Hitchcock. This is a great thriller, The Man Who Knew Too Much. Apparently, Hitchcock thought it was good enough to do it twice. Next, I have picked up in a pristine condition. This looks great. The Substitute 1. So this has Tom Berenger, Ernie Hudson in it. And I mentioned in one of my other videos, The Substitute 2, but I did not have The Substitute 1 yet. But this is the original crime thriller, not quite horror, but a dude going to get revenge against the gang members who killed his brother or whatever. Finally, and I saved my favorite for last, or the best for last, is Guillermo del Toro's Cronos. So if you haven't heard of this movie, this is Guillermo del Toro's first movie. It's a Mexican production, and it's horrific, dark fantasy. You know, it's Del Toro, so his brand is a little bit dark fantasy when he's not doing some straight up horror. But this one in particular is a very interesting, very clever twist on the vampire lore and mythology. It goes back a few hundred years where an alchemist figures out the key to eternal life and traps this insect inside of an insect-like brass mechanism that filters your blood and allows you to live for hundreds of years. The alchemist is killed in the early 30s, and then you jump to, so it's different times that it's set in, and you jump to modern day when this came out. I think it's 1996 or so on, or around there, and somebody finds this, and it you know, they find that they're regaining their youth and their vitality and so on and so forth. So Ron Perlman is in this one, and Federico Lupi, and I believe that Del Toro has worked with both of those guys a few times. But I was very excited to find that and pick that up. So Del Toro's first feature film, Cronos, I now have on VHS. I'll probably be taking some pictures and posting some of these or listing some of these in my eBay store in the coming days here. So if you're interested in any of this stuff, keep an eye on my eBay store. Like I said, link in the description. If you've watched this far, I appreciate it quite a bit. If you want to like and subscribe, I would appreciate that too. But if you don't, that's fine. You will see me the next time I post. Thank you.